Everyone, welcome back to Lucky15, and in this video I'll be giving you my Lucky 15 predictions for tomorrow's horse racing action. Just want to apologise for not making a video over the last couple of days. Been a little bit busy, but I'm back for tomorrow's horse racing action, and if you want to find any updates of why I'm not vlogging, follow me on Twitter. That's the best place to be, to follow me on social media, because I will always normally give an update when vlogs are coming up, or if there aren't going to be any vlogs. So go and check me out over at Twitter. It's at Lucky15 is my handle. So without further ado, we'll get stuck into the action tomorrow, and it all kicks off at Fakenham for our first selection in the 1240, the first race there, with a horse called Demon Fu, 11-2 bookmakers at the moment. Now this one is trained by Jeremy Scott, whose yard are in pretty good form at the moment. Nick Schofield, who rides plenty for this stable, is booked for the ride tomorrow. Now this horse caused a bit of an upset last time when it won at Taunton at odds of 40-1, but the way it did it with style that day shows that this horse has got something about it. Also as well, it beat a fair horse of Paul Nicholls called Southwell, who followed up again at Taunton the other week to finish in second place, only narrowly beat him, so there is some substance to that form. Given a mark of 106 on handicap debut, even though it didn't really show too much before, this horse does have a kind of progressive profile, and that's the way sometimes Jeremy Scott horses can run too. So I thought if you looked at the race as a whole tomorrow, I thought at 11-2, Demon Fu still could have a bit more scope to show off this mark, and I'm going to back it to make a winning handicap hurdle debut. We then go to the 1 o'clock for a novice chase at Southwell with a horse called Super Sid, 12-1 bookmakers at the moment, trained by Tom George, who's a yarder in pretty good form at the moment. Jonathan Burke as well has been riding solidly too this season. Now I thought 12-1 was a bit of a big price for this horse, as considering it's got quite a good record fresh when it won here at Southwell, it should go quite well tomorrow in my opinion. It's bred for chasing, and off a mark of 117, I don't think Tom George would have started it in a novice handicap if he wasn't confident this horse could go well in this race. So I think it's got a massive chance tomorrow, and going back to the course it won out last year fresh, I think it's going to go quite close. Always as well had quite a lot of scope about it as a hurdler, but maybe disappointed, but connections have always been confident in this horse going chasing, and I thought if you actually look through the field tomorrow, Super Sid could be the one that might have one of the most scope. So I thought 12-1 was a massive price. We then go back to Fakenham for the 240 with a horse called The Show's Over, 6-4 bookmakers currently, trained by Fergal O'Brien. Paddy Brennan, his main stable jockey, booked for the ride. Won at Sedgefield towards the end of last week, but carries a £7 penalty for that win, but he did it quite nicely, quite cosily. Again, it's another week race. He reopposes Your Holiday Is Over, Tom Gretton. I think Your Holiday Is Over is one of the most hardest horses to win with. Travels really well, but shows nothing off the bridle. But Show's Over, if it's in the same vein and form as last time, it's got to have too much for the rest of the field in my opinion. We then finish the video going back to Southwell for the 330 for a bumper race with a horse called Whitehotchillifilli, 7-2 bookmakers at the moment, trained by Harry Fry. Michael Legg claims 5 here, good experienced amateur rider. Got a nice pedigree this one, related to Willie Mullins' bumper horse, the Red Hot Philly Peppers. And also as well Wild West Wind, which is also a really good stayer. So I think there's a lot to like about this horse and its breeding. Harry Fry as well, who trains it, is in good form. His yard does well in these kind of races and in these colours as well, that have got a few nice horses with Harry Fry. I thought 7-2 was an interesting price, and already with some bookmakers is being gambled on already. So for me, I thought this horse could go quite close, and he gave us a winning debut in the bumper the other week, Harry Fry did, so I'm trusting him to give us another one. So they're the tips for tomorrow's action. If you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button for more tips on my YouTube channel here at Lucky15. You can also follow me on Twitter, like I said at the start of the video. My handle is at Lucky15. And that's all I've got to say, so please gamble responsibly, and we'll be seeing you soon.